Welcome back, my pupils. This is Gene coming to you with Reloading from the Hot Pot. Today, we are going to introduce you to the newest member of the ADE Advanced Optics family, the NUWA. The NUWA is ADE's newest option for the RMSC screw pattern that we find on many of today's micro-compact carry pistols. ADE claims that this is the first and only red dot with the RMSC footprint that has a top-loading battery. And I did look around on other red dot sites, and this is true. I did not find any others. No need to take it off to change the battery now. Now you can just leave it right on the pistol that it is sighted in on. And the battery life is approximately 500 to 800 hours, depending on the brightness setting. So on the lowest setting, you're going to get the most hours out of it, naturally. This optic was designed to fit the Canik Elite TP9 SC, the Métis, Sig Sauer P365, Spectra Comp, Ruger Max, Glock 43X MOS, 48 MOS, Springfield Hellcat OSP, Smith & Wesson Shield 2.0 Optics Ready, Smith & Wesson M&P9 Easy, Shield Plus, Walther, Gerson, and anything else that has the same footprint as the RMSC. Now, I have not had this out of the box yet, so let's open the box and let's see what we get in here. See, pretty easy open. First thing we get in here, what is this? Oh, a feedback card. And what is this? This is a battery. It does take a 1632 battery, which is actually showing up in more and more optics. I've got another optic that takes this same battery, so I've always got a pack of those hanging around now. See, we do get a wrench and some screws. We get a rubber cover for the optic. That's always nice. More and more companies are including those nowadays. We get the user manual on the optic itself. What's that look like inside? Oh, pretty small. Yeah. Well, you know, if you're mounting an optic, you probably already know what you're doing. And then we get a cleaning cloth. If I can get that out of there. There we go. I always give nice cleaning cloths. And then we've got the optic itself. That's a nice little package. You know, pretty decent. And the optic is mounted, it is screwed into the plastic container. So I'm going to go off and take this off and then we'll discuss it more. There we go, we got it off the packaging. Now all the packaging was quite nice. Everything was packed in very nice and nice tight little container. Very good. Look how tiny this optic is. That is tiny. Goodness, I got that out of there and I was like, wow, look at that. It's got a pretty nice window though. I mean, for that small of an optic, it's got a pretty decent sized window. But let's go over a little bit of specs of this. This is hard coated aircraft aluminum and a multicolored glass. It is a 2 MOA red dot. The approximate weight is 15.5 grams. This thing, it's almost nothing in my hands. Almost can't feel it. I mean, that is not going to add any weight to your slide at all and cause any kind of functioning problems. I could not foresee that. It does come with the screws for several different optic handguns. I have 4 different sets of screws here that came, 3 in the package and 2 that was holding the dot on. So that's 4 different sets of screws. Not guaranteed to fit everything you're going to put it on, but that's a heck of a nice start right there. What I do like about this optic is it does have white dots with a notch cut in the rear of it, so you can co-witness your sights in case of optic failure. That's a really nice addition. The top load battery is a fantastic feature. You know, like I said before, it's got a nice open glass, clear glass. If there's anything on it, it's probably my fingerprint. Get it on there. Super slim line design. I mean, look at that. I'm just amazed by how small this optic is. That is absolutely amazing. Okay, I dug the battery out of the package here, and we're going to try to change this on camera in real time. Wish me luck. You know, because I always say filming a YouTube video just isn't as easy as it looks. Drop the battery down in there. Take the lid. Screws on very nicely, caught very quickly. A little tight there. What you have to do is this little flush button right here, it's really sensitive, really sensitive. So if you squeeze that little button right there, see that? If you squeeze that little button, just push in on just a little bit, it reacts and the light will turn on or off. Well, we got it turned on and we'll take a look at it. You see it there? That's at its brightest settings. It does have 8 settings and goes down each time. Let me see if I can do this with my thumb here. And it goes down to almost nothing until it pops back onto its fullest brightness. Kind of nice. You know, you're not going to accidentally hit that. Once you turn it on, you should be good to go. Absolutely. I'm just amazed by the size of it. That is just the tiniest red dot I've ever seen, I think, in my life. I mean, look, there's my finger. Well, you know what? I've got something to put this on, so I'm going to go off camera and I'm going to put this on something that I've been meaning to put a dot on anyways. So thank you, ADE, for supplying this for testing and review, because it is definitely going to get tested and reviewed. I've got this mounted on my Sig Sauer P365 XL slide now. It did require the M4 by 0.7 at the length of 7.5 millimeter screws to go into the slide, but they went in with the pre-blue Loctited screws that were supplied with the optic itself. I like the way that looks. I really do. I kind of just like, you know, adjusted a little bit. Oh, to adjust it, the windage and elevation, you do need this little Allen key, and the Allen key goes into the side and into the top, and that adjusts your windage and elevation. I think I'm going to like that. I mean, it's for the size pistol it is, that's a decent sized little window. Pretty nice. Really small. I mean, this is micro small. I don't think you can get any smaller than an optic than this. There's one thing I wish it did have, and that is like a couple of their other optics. They have the always on feature or the shake awake feature now. So if this had the always on, I think I would use this on my carry on a daily base. Well, you still can. You can still co-witness your sights. That's fine. And use iron sights, you know, in time of need. And then use the optic for, you know, practice and range plinking. That's for sure. Very, very nice. Very nice. We are going to get this and take this out to the range now. And we're going to do a little sighting in with it, work with it a little bit, and see how it functions. See if it can withstand some plus P loads, some Raider loads, factory loads, hand loads, reloads, all kinds of loads. So that's it for the ADE Advanced Optics NUWA Ultra Compact Sight. Just a very nice piece. I really like ADE products. Not because they sent this to me. I buy them anyways. That is the ADE NUWA Ultra Compact Sight. For all of your optic needs, check out ADE Advanced Optics. They've got something for just about all the common footprints out there. From RMR to Vortec, Venom, Hollow Sun. They've got just about any footprint you want. And they've got a really nice choice of optics. All right, my pupils, thank you very much for watching. And always remember to keep blowing the smoke.